Hello everybody, and we're about to continue our first impression series of the Last Oricru. This will be our last episode of our first impressions preview. After exploring for about 28 minutes or so, give a brief overview of what we've thought of the first part of the game. And then depending on how we feel about the game, what we want to do, if we wanted to continue the game, if we feel like it would be something that's worthwhile, if the price is right, any issues we had while playing, all the fun stuff. Okay. So in our last one, we kind of got caught and put in this little dungeon. And now we're trying to find our way up out of here. Oh, looks like we have this path to go to.
Interesting. Ah.
World has been
Captain's
reset.
log 103-088-0721. First day awake on Wardinia. Force field state, satisfactory. Needed to modify the terminal extensively. Luckily, I can update the rest remotely. After modifications, coverage will be sufficient to make the belt work properly almost everywhere. With the last update, the belt is now fully operative, also as a life support system.
Interesting.
Meaning if I get killed, it revives me. Marvelous. This should provide me with enough leverage when dealing with those Naburu technocrats, which I recall was never easy, even after the ship's training systems uploaded the same language to our brains. So, this should help if the discussion gets heated. Note, aging is still a factor, so not full immortality. Focus on the possibility to revert to a younger physical self while retaining all the information. Later, when there is time. Project Holo Help, mixed results. My hard-light companion is operative and proves useful for simple tasks. I still wasn't able to grant him fuller autonomy. To fix list, extend the range to make useful for long-distance errands. Add a mouth and basic AI for easier communication and feedback. I wish I could wake the rest of the crew. The mission seems to be gravely endangered. Ida insists that protocol doesn't allow for that. Says we've lost enough personnel already. True.
Okay, split screen. You can add a second player into the game by selecting split screen. That's interesting. You have accumulated enough essence to grow in power. Enter level up menu by clicking on level up button and invest your essence into increasing your character's stats. Level up. Let's see what we got here. Okay, cool. And of course we still have like strength, dexterity, and intellect, so all the basics of these types of games as far as what type of build you're trying to create. Okay, where are we going next? We also don't have a weapon at the moment. There we go. Machete and shield. Okay. So we went that way. We have this path right here. And that might be our only actual path. Trail of blood. Yep, up and out. Let's go up first. Oh, it's open. Interesting. hop down right here. Okay, we were just in that room. A means of exploring a little bit. That's probably as far as we can go. Let's hop on in. We got a chest. Ooh, training katana. And medical kit. Nice. Okay, another chest. Cat ring and bear ring. Two dexterity to strength. 2 strength to dexterity. Interesting. Got a rat friend, it looks like. He's going backwards. And he's coming back. What do we got going on in here? The chest, healing orb, and fragment of legendary axe. I wonder if you find fragments, you build a weapon, maybe? I can see that happening. Can't break through the door. Okay, lots of medical kits and boots. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh boy. And there's a lot of enemies. Kind of surrounded here. There we go. Clan's mask. I wonder if our friend in here is still hanging out. No, he is not. Got some more rats coming up here. Okay, we got 2 more rats. Oh, who is shooting at us? Oh, there we go. Okay, continuing onward. Keep getting closer to our ship, or somebody's ship. Oh, what's in here? Goes all the way up. Wonder if it's some type of shortcut that we unlocked. Okay, volcano sword. That sounds like an upgrade. Oh, we don't have the stats to wield that, but it does sound cool. Okay, nothing down that way. Oh, I think that's where we were. We went around. Okay, that makes sense. So we couldn't have gone this way anyway. We needed to unlock the shortcut. Okay, we have made it to the ship. So I guess that is like the complete opening area. Kind of like the tutorial section, I would assume. The Last Oricru final cut.
Ah, sailors.
And we've crash landed.
Oh, that was one rough landing. Still, nobody drowned. So, for a first timer, I'd call that a success. Also, for a last timer, I'm never driving one of those things ever again.
Okay, I think actually this is probably a good stopping point for us to kind of give an overview of what we've experienced. Just because we finished the tutorial section here. So, let's kind of look at all the aspects that we've kind of gone through so far. Graphically, I'd say it's okay. The water looks pretty cool actually though. I do like the way the water looks. Because that's kind of like a barometer for how graphics are. Does the water look real? Does it look fun? Does it look like you could want to jump into it? But overall, like, our characters are just okay. I think the weapons look okay. So I'd say just normal to average in the graphic department. As far as the world, it looks like it could be a pretty interesting world, though. Like, there is a lot going on. Like, there's definitely something with some space going on that I wonder if we actually go into outer space. Like, that'd be kind of cool. I think that'd be kind of awesome, actually. Or is this just like we're on an alien planet of some kind, and we never get to go into space? Hard to say based on what we've seen so far. Build variety, it looks like you have some build variety. There was strength, there was dexterity, and there was intellect as far as skills. So that might be kind of interesting to explore. Enemy variety, I tend to think you're either fighting rats or you're fighting the Naboru. Maybe there are more humans, but from what we saw so far, it was mostly rats. And based on how we were interacting, our interactions were kind of anti-rat, so I wonder if you do other things, do the rats help you? Just something to think about in that regard. Let's see, sound design. It's okay. Nothing really stood out. So I'd say it's probably just an average, enjoyable time as you hear the music and the sound effects. Combat is a little clunky. I think that's the easiest word to use. It's very floaty. But I don't think it would be too tricky once you got used to it. Like, it's not the worst combat I've ever experienced. Let's see. Story? I bet you there's an intriguing story here somewhere. Some type of civil war, maybe, or some type of class system that we've found ourselves in the middle of, where you have the rat clans versus the Naboru. And I assume, depending on which ones you help, you have a very different outcome. And that's kind of cool, where you get to actually choose your story as you play it. Would I continue playing? I think I would, as long as I didn't find the combat to be clunky as I went on. So, like, if you're playing and all of a sudden it just gets a little too much, sometimes you just don't want to continue on when you're not feeling satisfied with the combat. But if you can get a handle of it, it might be worth trying. So I would probably just continue on until I got sick of the combat. But so far, I think it's an okay system. Doesn't wow you, but it doesn't, like, destroy the experience. As far as price point, I would probably not pay full price. I think full price was $19.99. I would stick to the sale version of the game, just because it is a little clunky. So at $3 or $4, anything under $5 or $10, it's probably an okay experience to try out if you have found this to be interesting. Would I continue? Probably, yeah. I think I've already talked about that part, but I probably would continue. And as far as that, I think that about wraps up our first impression series of the Last Oricru. Let's see. Looks like we have a map, the tower, the gate, the terminal. Didn't really get to explore all that just yet, but yeah, and not much else to really say other than if the price is right, it looks like it could be an enjoyable time. I think it's about 20 hours or less, so it's probably not too long of an experience. So it might be kind of a fun try. But other than that, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, and we'll be talking again real soon.